There's a lot of channels out there that are saying millions are gonna die. The doomsday preppers out there are saying Hey guys, welcome back. I am Jason Salyer, and there are talks around the world of death and destruction everywhere. So I thought this really old cemetery in my hometown, where I was born actually, Abingdon, Virginia, was a fitting place to do a video like this. There's talks of nuclear war, there's talks of famine, there's talks of, record droughts of the century, of the millennia in some places. And I always go back to the same concept, the same point, and that is controlling the controllable. Do not freak out, do not stress out about the nuclear war that is, imminent. Because there's literally nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do to stop it. There's very little you can do to be prepared for something like that. Gas masks and all that stuff aside, there's very little you can do. But what you can do is be as prepared as possible. Have a solid water supply at your home, something that you can count on. Multiple water supplies is a really, really good idea. Have food storage set up. I recommend a year. A year is great. Some people look at that and think that's outrageously too much, but it really doesn't take that much investment in time and resources if you do it just a little bit at a time. Make sure your home is in order. You've got good shelter. Make sure you've got good clothing for your kids, your wife. Make sure you've got a little extra dog food for your dog, unless you plan on eating it. Grounded pound. Drop the elbows. Drop in the elbows. Drop. I don't like being called a prepper. I don't identify as a prepper. It's not one of my pronouns. But I enjoy being prepared. It's what our ancestors did. They weren't preppers. It's just how they lived their lives. They had food set aside for the winter. They had alternative ways to heat their homes. They had different water supplies, ways that they can feed their families and just take care of themselves. And they were a lot more self-sufficient then, a lot less reliant upon the grid and all of the things that we softies as modern human beings have become used to. The cost of everything is going up. There's shortages everywhere. It's not a surprise to anyone that the cost of propane is high now. So if that's how you heat your house like I do, having an alternative way to heat your home is a really, really good idea, because it's going to get more expensive. Cost of food just in general is going up. Everything is going up. Electricity is going up. Again, control the controllable. Do what you can to prepare for these things ahead of time so that you're not hit so hard when something changes in your life, like the cost of propane. There's a lot of doomsday prepper channels out there that irritate me, because they say, prepare now, do this now, because death is upon us. And I'm not gonna be that kind of guy. I'm not gonna tell you to be afraid. That's not my style. That's not what I'm gonna preach to you. Circumstances are gonna make it difficult for some people to survive if the shtf does happen. And I get that. Like, for example, there's a lot of people hooked on pharmaceutical drugs for various reasons. And there's a lot of you watching this video are gonna be one of those people. You're gonna be on medication for diabetes or hypertension or whatever. I think it's something like half of, maybe more, over half of the people in the United States are on some sort of prescribed medication. And to me, that sounds crazy, because I'm not any, and I'm not judging anyone for being on them. I know everyone has their own reasons, but what I'm saying is, if at all possible, do everything that you can to get off of that stuff by any means necessary. So what I mean is, have healthier lifestyles, eat healthier foods, exercise more regular, do all of those things to avoid that. And obviously there's some situations where those pharmaceutical drugs may be absolutely necessary, but I'd be willing to bet that a lot of them, it's not absolutely necessary if you just make some really positive life changes. Like I said before, do everything that you can to be the best you that you can be. And that's all we can really control in the end. There's a lot of channels out there that are saying millions are gonna die. The doomsday preppers out there are saying that the world is gonna come to an end and it's gonna be really bad. And for the most part, I think they're just kind of fear-mongering and wanting everyone to be in fear, and getting that fear response is gonna get them more views, gonna get them more thumbs up on their videos. And to me, that's super, super irritating. But some of them actually do have a point, like what I was just talking about, the pharmaceutical drugs. If If you're one of those people that are, or if you're an alcoholic and you are, because you can die, you can literally die if you stop drinking alcohol, if you're a severe alcoholic. And if one day the liquor stops flowing, what are you gonna do? So make positive life changes now. All right, guys, control the controllable. Do the best that you can do every single day to make the world a better place. I am Jason Salyer. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you on the next one. Nice, Sage. Oh.